If I were managing $1 billion fund, here is exactly what I would do, how I would allocate, how I would think, and how I would move like a sovereign. This is in theory, this is capital war strategy. Managing $1 billion fund isn't just about moving capital, it is about shaping history. It is not just markets you are influencing, it is government, infrastructure, and civilization level outcomes. First, let us kill the retail mindset. With $1 billion under management, your role is not to chase yield, it is to engineer leverage. At this level, capital doesn't follow opportunity, it shapes it. It doesn't ride trends, it creates megatrends. It doesn't worry about alpha, it designs asymmetric outcomes. The $1 billion operator isn't playing checkers with stocks, they are playing chess with systems. Here is how I would structure a $1 billion fund with the intent to create generational impact and sovereign returns. First, 30% in yield bearing private credit. Sectors here will be infrastructure debt, defense contracts, industrial assets. The reason, predictable cash flows. First, lien security, collateralized power. Private credit is the quiet backbone of modern dynasties. While others chase IPOs, billion-dollar funds collect interest like banks. Second, 25% in asymmetric venture and frontier tech, AI ops, space logistics, energy sovereignty, longevity, high risk but insulated through position sizing and timing. You are not a VC anymore, you are an arbiter of the next industrial era. This is how sovereigns bet before it becomes consensus. Third, 20% in real asset dominance, land, ports, energy infrastructure, data centers. Control is greater than return. At $1 billion, you don't buy real estate, you buy monopolies over bottlenecks. Fourth, 15% in strategic public marketplace, not for gain, but for signaling liquidity and power. I would enter public positions only when it sends a message or grants leverage, not for chasing 20% growth. Fifth, 10% in long horizon legacy holdings, cultural capital, that is media empires, educational platforms, philanthropy with embedded ROI, foundational biotech, space colonization, human security. This is where you invest in shaping narratives and protecting civilization. Now, let's talk internal design. A $1 billion fund needs to operate like a war machine. First, the internal brain trust, 5% circle, geopolitical analyst, macro risk as expert, frontier tech scout, operations generalist, legal strategist. Weekly war rooms, not monthly meetings. No one should be guessing. Everyone should be modeling 2030. Second, the risk stack, second order downside models, portfolio insurance across systemic shocks, crisis response simulations every quarter. Most funds prepare for volatility, billion-dollar funds build for volatility. Third, the feedback infrastructure, real time dashboards on exposure, narrative risk, political shifts, LP communication systems, not update, but alignment frameworks. At $1 billion, your LPs aren't just passive, they are co architects of leverage. If I run a $1 billion fund, I would operate from a civilization thesis, not just a portfolio. Invest where sovereignty is being rewritten, energy independence, defense autonomy, food and water security, data jurisdiction. These aren't sectors, these are survival mandates. Invest in platforms, not products, infrastructure, distribution, coordination systems. Own the rails, not just the train. Invest in asymmetric edge. What can't be copied? What scales trust? What scares government and attracts them? Capital today is less about ROI and more about ROA, return on advantage. Just as important as where I would allocate is what I would never touch. Chase hot trends with no asymmetric edge. Compete in public retail funds. Overexposed to consumer tech without embedded leverage. Sit on too much dry powder during global transformation. Money doesn't sleep, and $1 billion in debt capital is a liability to history. If I manage a $1 billion fund, I wouldn't just aim for alpha, I would aim for architect status, because at that scale, you are not just allocating capital, you are reprogramming the future. So when the meeting comes, ask yourself, are you managing a fund or are you engineering a civilization? As always, subscribe for more.